Everybody wants to buy a house for the lowest possible price. That only makes sense. Who'd want to pay more than they had to? And it's my job to help you get your house for the lowest possible price when I'm working for a buyer. So there are things that you can do that will help me to do my job as well. And I'd just like to mention a few of those things. Make sure you have your deposit on hand. Make sure you can access your deposit. There's no point knowing you've got some money if it's going to take too many days to get at that money and you have to come up with a deposit on the next business day. So that's an important aspect. The next thing is get pre-qualified. You have to know what the maximum price, the maximum mortgage amount that you can borrow is. It doesn't mean we have to spend the maximum, but you really have to know what the maximum is. If you know a home inspector, make sure he's available. Make sure, he's not on holiday or something in Florida. We want to have the least amount of conditions in your offer as possible to make the price of the offer, even if it's lower than what the seller wants, look more attractive. We want to give the seller things that don't cost you anything so that he will compromise on the price he's willing to accept. So we may want to do the home inspection first, so we don't have to have a home inspection clause, or we may want to eliminate your financing condition. So we always want to make sure there's one condition there to give you time to consider your offer. So usually you would have about 7 business days or 5 business days to consider that offer before you had to firm up. Get a trusted realtor who knows the market. Make sure he works for a solid company. It's one of the reasons I went to RE/MAX to begin with. I was around in the 80s when companies were going bankrupt, and I wanted this very solid, centrally located company. I chose RE/MAX Professionals because the owner of that franchise also is one of the founders of RE/MAX, and I know how financially secure they are. Sign a buyer agency contract with your realtor. There's nothing more confusing than when I take an offer in to a seller and I haven't got a buyer's agency agreement, because legally I'm working for the seller in that circumstance. I want to know who I'm working for. I want to know that my buyer is my client. In order to do that, I have to have a buyer's agency agreement signed. It's very, very important. You want representation. The seller has representation. You want representation. You want to make sure if something goes wrong that you're covered by a bonded agency and you have insurance. Anyway, next step. Know where you want to live and what you want to live in. Makes determining our market value a lot easier, and we'll work together on determining what it is and where you want to buy. We're the best. If I don't think an area is good for you, I'll tell you. If I don't think that a house is good for you or is good value, I'll tell you. Be available. Every single day listings are coming on the market. You're going to have a customized property search, an automated search done for you. So new listings are coming out every single day. You have to be available for me to contact you. We may have to go out and look at properties that day. I know it's not always possible, but you should be available, because very often in real estate, time is of the essence. And the last thing is, let me develop a strategy for each particular house. We need an offer strategy for every particular house that we put an offer in on, and follow my strategy. You have your input into it as well, but before we present the offer, we will have a plan of action for that particular property so that we know that we have the best possible shot at getting it for the best possible price. So if you'd like to know more information on offers and buying a home for the best possible price, please email me or give me a call. Thank you.